Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Warplan Orange as allies from the 1926 start with no naval treaties. Embarrassingly, we have lost tremendous amounts of troops, failing to land at Wake. Having looked a little bit closer at Formosa, I really don't want to attack there. So I think we're going to figure out how to do an appropriate naval invasion. My next attempt will be sheer overwhelming force and tons of transports involved, including non-troop transports. They'll be landing heavier equipment like field artillery and tanks. And we're just going to dump the kitchen sink. We're also going to bring additional ships. Alright, looks like the New Hampshire has started her upgrade. Nothing else on the west coast. Things looking good in Pearl Harbor. We want the single battleship. Replenish task force. Which is not enough, and we are out of fuel now. Replenish task force. Alright, go ahead and return to Midway. Battleships returning from Wake, carriers headed to Wake, submarines getting involved. Do not retire, head to Joliet, where we still have some Marines there. Not worried about Borneo, not worried about Singapore. Carriers returning to Apari. How many transports do we have down here? Not enough. I wonder if I can retake Bataan Island. We certainly have tons of troops out here. We have contested control of the straits here. Get rid of the HQs. What do we have for infantry? Indian brigades, Burma brigades, Malaya brigades. We have the Gulf Force and Sparrow Force from Australia. We have some UK and US infantry. And some Scots Guards. Let's see, assault-wise per load cost. Not looking like we can get any certain advantages. Let's see. Let's form a group. I don't think we're going to have any troop transports. Ah, I take that back. We have a few over here. What do we have for capital ships? We have some heavy cruisers. Alright, let's form a group. We want amphibious. I'm going to 1, 2, 3. I thought there were 6. Pass the AKs. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Do I go with more or heavier ships? I think I go with more. We want one tanker, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Transports. Then we'll grab we don't want all 3. Where's that third cruiser? Shannon is damaged. Don't want to take her. We'll take 2 light cruisers, the Java and the Caroline. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Those are fast light cruisers. We're going to leave them. We're going to take the New Orleans and the Albany. They're smaller, they're older, they're slower. That's fine. We're doing convoy escort. They're going to be like command ships for the destroyers we're sending with this group. Send 6 destroyers. Let's replenish the group. Set their home base for Manila. And we'll bring them back. Pick up troops and we'll see if we can't poke at Bataan Island while we're forming up for our next attempt at Wake. Speaking of ships, Batavia. We have a couple troop transports down here. Well, we have more than a couple. We also have a subtender. So let's grab all of those. Actually, should we just grab them all? We're going to consolidate all of our ships. I'm going to leave the torpedo boats here. I'm going to grab the tankers and transports. And then I'm going to head to Singapore. Retirement, auto disband. Where else do we have some ships? Surabaya. Alright, let's grab these ones too. Some tankers, we'll leave the torpedo boats, we'll take the subtender, troop transports, the regular transports. We'll send them to Singapore. Actually, should I just send them to Manila direct? I think we shall. That's where we're going to want most of them. Puts them in a slightly riskier situation. Tillit Jap. Oh, the Dutch have quite an amphibious force out here. Take the tankers, troop transports, and regular transports. Or merchant ships. Manila auto disband. They have lots of fuel out here. Doing Batavia. Could certainly start resupplying from there. Oop, wrong one. Let's see, what else do we have? We have some in Brisbane, which we're not going to move. We have Mare Island, which I will grab those ones. Amphibious. You're doing us no good on the west coast. AE, if I remember correctly, that's a ammunition ship named Pyro. I hope it is, because that's amazing. Aircraft capacity. Oh no, I'll have to look up what AE is. But these ones we're going to send to Pearl Harbor. Auto disband. Alright, what else do we have? Let's take a look location wise. Wyndham. We need all of the amphibious transports we can get. So we'll grab Ormistan. Where do we send it though? And I think we're going to send it to Brisbane. Because we're going to set up the Australians to take the South Pacific. The Brits will move on Formosa. The Americans will move on Wake. Subject to change. Nah, stop that. I want location Adelaide. Not worried about the transports, we'll keep them separated. Auto disband. Brisbane. We don't care about the transports. Mount McKinley and Anchorage. Set home base. Pearl Harbor. Auto disband, return. Then we have a bunch of regular transports. We have Empire Pride in Brisbane, not going to move them. President Madison is in Manila, exactly where we want him. Maybe I should keep it sorted by troop transport. Okay, we'll do it. So we have Brisbane, Rabaul, that's fine, we can keep that. Perth, bring them around. Empire Celt can stay. Auto disband. Hey, return to Brisbane, perfect. Oh, wrong one. Rabaul, Manila, Diamond Harbor. Okay, those are regular transports. Not concerned about those. Location-wise, tankers and replenishment ships. Oh, the replenishment ships are the ones I really care about. We have a few in Rabaul. I really don't have that many of them. How about auxiliaries? Destroyer tenders. We have a pair in San Diego, one in Manila. I think we should probably grab the pair in San Diego and move them forward. What would they be? For their tender. Can we classify them as a barge? Sure can. Bring the AR as well. Which I'm not certain what the AR is. I'll have to look up my designations again. I'll do that between episodes though. Send you to Pearl Harbor. Auto disband. Well, I'm curious what these destroyer tenders look like. Okay, nothing special. What else do we have? We have one in Manila. We have what I think are munition ships. Nitro. AR. In Seattle. And another one in Los Angeles. Prometheus. Go to Pearl Harbor. Auto disband, return. Looks pretty similar. Then we have Los Angeles. Barge. Take the subtender as well. Disband. Set home. Pearl Harbor. Turn. Low and sleek. Manila, Pearl Harbor, Manila, these being heavier than air tenders, AV, so like CV, basically seaplane tenders. Mine laying destroyers, mine layers, mine sweepers, patrol gunboats, scout craft? It's alright, they have depth charges. Alright, that'll settle all that. Consolidating our sea lift capabilities. Oh, don't hit the Indiana. Indiana's had enough trouble. We'll have to send out a sweeper group out there. That's what I get for not escorting it, though. 2 hits on S-29. Ah, the carriers are in position again. Oh, a battleship. I mean, I don't care if it's older. 2 torpedo hits, excellent. That's what we like to see. Unfortunately, now they're closing for combat. Not what we like to see. Luckily, the battleship is already damaged, and we do have the Missoula to fight off the Furutaka. The Furutaka is newer, though. They are closing range. Thick armor hits on the Missoula. Unless you're launching torpedoes, leave that battleship alone. Omaha attacking the Aki. Lost our depth charge launchers on the Burns. Langley taking fire from the Furutaka. Ineffective though. We're taking out their escorts. Down to 12,000 yards. Looks like we'll lose a destroyer. Down to 8,000 yards. Closing rapidly. Fire visible on the deck of Aki. Missoula pouring smoke out, now heavily on fire. So far the carriers are safe though. I won't be disappointed if we lose the Missoula though. Critical damage on number 19. Such short range now. Not that short range, but torpedo for sure. The Valette is now headed down. Number 19 goes down as well. We've now traded destroyers. Range is now opening. Tachikaze now heavily damaged. Oh, we have so many ships heavily damaged now. Bravely and successfully defending the carriers, though. We're up to 12,000 yards, and as yet, the Yorktown and the Langley are undamaged. At least by all appearances. But at what cost to her escorts? It does not look good. This is probably going to mission kill the carrier group. Unless I can get a relief group of escorts. Because they're going to be lightly... Well, they'll have technically enough by game mechanics escorts. But this is why I have such heavily escorted carriers. So they can soak up damage for when a surface fleet attacks. This is not a very big surface fleet. We're up to 15,000. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the end at this point. Aki took heavy damage. Furutaka is just on fire. Number 19 is sunk. Number 11 is heavily damaged. Tochikaze is heavily damaged. Zula is heavily damaged. Birmingham is heavily damaged. Dent, Farragut, Burns are all heavily damaged. And the La Valette is down. Picking up survivors. "26th of May. Let's see how bad it is. Right, the replenishment ships are doing their thing. Indiana is here. She's already moved on. She's over here. Perfect. Meanwhile, let's go searching for that sub. Midway, battleships are almost arrived. These ones are going to take a little longer. Meanwhile, our carrier force is down to 2 carriers, 2 destroyers. Good grief. No retirement. We'll take whatever people can spare. Looks like the heavy cruiser retired back to Wake. I'm going to move east of Wake. Then let's take a look at our damaged ships. Marcus is in bed. Oh man, yeah, we're going to lose several of these. I'm going to stay as a group. So transfer ships to this group. Take the Marcus, we'll take the Omaha. They're all going back to Midway as being the nearest place. We're going to lose 3 destroyers for sure, and probably the Missoula. Let's see what we have in Pearl Harbor. I'll take the battle cruisers if I have to. Surface combat. The battle cruisers are both in good shape. And then we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll give us 8 destroyers. No retirement. Set task force to follow. The Langley and the Yorktown. Good old 1064. Well, that could have been better. Transports headed out to Jeliet. Nothing in Borneo, nothing in Singapore. What is it with you guys and wanting to retire all the time? Here, escort the carrier group. Hi, can we change your escort mission? There you go. Escort 1044. Very well. Really, they shouldn't be set to escort. Leave them surface combat. They'll still follow. They'll have a reaction range. Not too much reaction. I do like the 2X's. Leave it at that. We'll see if the Yorktown and the Langley can get vengeance for their fallen friends. For the Aki is still out there. As is the Furutaka. Farragut goes down. That makes me sad. Reacting to a task force around Apari. Sending aircraft on anti-sub patrols. Oh, torpedoing the battleships. One into the Aki and one into the Haruna. If we could get rid of the Kirishima and the Haruna, I would call that success as well. I've been wanting to get them for a long time. Like, they must be sitting on the seabed at the pier. With the amount of heavy shells, bombs, and torpedoes we've lobbed into them. There we go, 27th of May. Nothing in Pearl Harbor. Ships limping back. Do want the carriers up there. Multiple subs out here. Where are you guys going? And why are you dilly-dallying? And why are you separating into different groups? Like, I don't want this. I know that makes sense to split up into separate groups. I'd rather you stay together rather than be defeated in detail. We'll let the carrier close in. We'll leave them on surface combat in case... Well, no, we would have seen any surface ships out here. Bombardment it is. Close in and see what we got. Nothing to worry about. In Jeliet, Nothing in Borneo. Nothing in Singapore. And hey, look at that. They're not. Oh, really, guys? Why? Why do you do this? Why do you retreat? I don't want you to. We can't quite do that. Okay. Let's set a task force. They're headed southeast, supposedly. Let's see if we can snag a Japanese task force. Oh, I forgot to replenish the battle group at Midway and get them moving back to Wake. No success for our destroyers. The second we move, battleships bombard. It's alright, we're bombarding them in Wake to far greater effect. Tachikaze goes down. I'll make up for the Farragut. "34 planes. Yeah, you're not getting away unscathed this time. 230-pound bombs, too, which is the heaviest we have in the Philippines. Outside of torpedoes, but torpedo bombers are really short-ranged. Four planes damaged, but we get 5 bomb hits. Meanwhile, torpedo bombers going after some light cruisers. No luck. However, the surface group intercepts. I'm going to skip on this one. 1 light cruiser sunk, 2 heavily damaged. 2 destroyers heavily damaged. Plenty of shell hits on some of our other surface combatants. 1 of our destroyers goes down. I'm glad we have so many. And 28th of May. Tanker is back in Pearl Harbor. Load with fuel. Send to Midway. We certainly need it. Other replenishment ship is almost ready. Our group. Send in the battleships. Wake. No retirement. Leave them on surface for now. Carrier standing by. Leave the surface group. Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're going to do surface combat. You're going to stay in place. We will take the time to get your supplies evened out. Yeah, it looks like the heavier ships, well, there is some damage. It's not bad. Just the Mackenzie and probably the Palmer that we're going to lose. How are these guys doing? Yeah, the flotation's so bad. Fires are more under control now, though. Looks like the Omaha will make it back. Marcus probably as well. Actually, I'll return them to Pearl Harbor. They can probably make the trip. Nothing Joliet, nothing Rabaul. Borneo's fine, so is Singapore. What do we have up here? Moving northwest. No retirement. Moving northeast. Try to intercept those heavy cruisers. Try to get the carriers in the same spot. We don't have time to see the resolution on that though, so I will call it here. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did, despite some of the back and forth that we've had today. Appreciate you staying to the end. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.